What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It is time for Bundesliga Week 33 predictions, and the title is all wrapped up. Bayern Munich winning, and of course, in the most Harry Kane fashion, they're about to win the title, beating RB Leipzig. Harry Kane comes down ready to celebrate, and Leipzig score, and they have to wait for Bayer Leverkusen to drop points. So naturally, they weren't even playing when they won the league. But real quick, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you for the support on the Bundesliga videos, all of the extra videos we've done this year, and thank you once again for 33,000 subscribers. So if you enjoy your football predictions, then be sure to click sub down below. We kick off with Wolfsburg up against Hoffenheim. Wolfsburg are in absolutely abysmal form. They really could have pushed for Europe at one point this season. I mean, 1 point in their last 7. If they just won 3 of those as well, that would put them on 48 points, right up here chasing a European place, but they've absolutely thrown it. I don't think they win here. Hoffenheim, little bit of distance between them and Heidenheim. I think you've got to say if they get a point in this game, that should be enough for them to stay up, and I think they're going to do it. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. The tip is going to be both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.72. Before we move on to the next one, flashing up on the screen are all of the people that are supporting me over on the Full 90 Patreon. We had a really nice treble last night. If you watched the Premier League video, you would have seen that we predicted Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest draw 1-1, and I was so confident in that I actually tipped it as a correct score prediction over on the Patreon. We had Palace and Forest to draw, and then AC Milan and Girona alongside them to win at odds of over 10-1, coming in for a nice little treble for Monday night. So if you want to shout out in every video, you want to get access to the exclusive members tips and accumulators, the group chats, direct messaging access to me, and you'll be supporting this channel, then click that top link in the description. But let's move on. We have Union Berlin up against Heidenheim. Union Berlin have nothing to play for. Heidenheim have everything to play for, but Union Berlin are unbeaten in their last 7 games. Heidenheim are outsiders. A win here would be absolutely massive. You'd have to think a win here, well, it gives them a chance. You have to say it gives them a chance to catch up to Hoffenheim and not even have to play the relegation playoff. But at this point, Heidenheim are going into this thinking we need to make sure we secure a chance at staying in the league via the relegation playoff, as opposed to getting outright relegated in the bottom 2. Obviously, Bochum, they're going to be going down. Kiel have a chance to stay up. But with this, I'm going to go for a point to Heidenheim, and the tip, because Heidenheim are such outsiders and they have so much on the line here, I was originally going to go Heidenheim double chance and both teams to score at 2.6, but I've made it a little bit more likely. Heidenheim +2 and both teams to score at 1.95. So that's both teams score and Heidenheim win or draw, or they only lose by 1 goal. Now, I've tipped +2 and both teams to score on 3 occasions on this channel, actually. Once for Inter Milan in the Champions League against Bayern Munich, and it came in, and twice for Manchester United in the Premier League against Bournemouth and Brentford, and that came in twice, one of which Man United drew and both teams scored, but the other one they lost by 1 goal, so that +2 was a brilliant addition as opposed to the double chance. So we're 3 out of 3 on +2 handicap and both teams to score tips. It's becoming the new BTTS and under 3.5 goals. I'm doing it here for Heidenheim, +2 handicap and both teams to score at 1.95. After this, it is Holstein Kiel up against Freiburg. Brilliant resurgence here, beating Augsburg 3-1. They were getting dominated by Augsburg in that game, but they had a penalty, kicked them off, and 2 brilliant results here. If they snatch safety from, well, the relegation playoff after these results here, if they can beat Freiburg as well, it'd be phenomenal. Now, if Freiburg was sitting mid-table, like perhaps you'd expect them to at the beginning of the season, I think Kiel could go and win this. But Freiburg really have something to fight for here. It is in their hands as to whether or not they qualify for the Champions League ahead of the likes of RB Leipzig, Gladbach, Stuttgart. They could qualify for the Champions League largely thanks to this late run of really good form. So with that being said, I'm going to go for a draw. I think Freiburg should win, but Kiel have been playing really well, trying to survive, so I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. The tip is both teams to score at 1.5, and obviously if these 2 teams both draw, then it goes down to the final day as to who gets relegated for definite and who has a chance to play in the relegation playoffs and save their season. Ultimately, I think Heidenheim are better than Kiel, but you have to say 7 points from their last 9 against Augsburg, Leipzig, and Gladbach is a brilliant run. If you would have looked at those 3 games, you thought maybe they could get a point, but they've only gone and got 7, which is just phenomenal. Now, after this, we have Bochum against Mainz. Both teams winless in their last 7. Mainz had it in their hands to be in the Champions League. Again, if they just won 2 of these, even if it was 2 of these drawn games, they would be in the top 4 on 52 points. So They could still get a good European spot, maybe Europa League, something like that. And I think they are just going to be good enough to win. I know Bochum, if there's, I mean, I don't know the difference between Heidenheim and Bochum, but Bochum are down. So I'm going to go for MUNCH to win 2-1. And the tip is going to be MUNCH to win at 2.25. They need to get a win. This will relegate Bochum mathematically, and I think they are going to get the win here, putting them on 51 points. After this, it's Werder Bremen up against RB Leipzig. Bremen on good form, again trying to push for some kind of European spot, Conference League perhaps, something like that. I think RB Leipzig are going to win this one. They're outsiders, but I'm going to say 2-1. A little bit of an upset here. The tip is going to be RB Leipzig to win at 2.87. I thought about RB Leipzig and both teams to score. That'd be way higher. I'm pretty sure the last time these two teams played, it was like 4-2 to Leipzig or something like that. I think Leipzig are a better team, and if they win here, they themselves, of course, are pushing for a Champions League spot as opposed to Europa League. So RB Leipzig to win 2-1. After this, Bayern Munich up against Borussia Monchengladbach. Gladbach, nothing to play for, but I think they score goals. Bayern Munich won the title, nothing to play for. I think it's going to be exciting. I'm going to go 5-2 to Bayern Munich. You could go Bayern Munich and both teams to score. I've just gone for over 4.5 goals at 2. I think Bayern Munich and both teams to score is probably better odds and better value, so I think you probably should go. I'm going to change it. I guess whatever you fancy, because Bayern Munich and both teams to score is also evens. I've never seen a team to win and both teams to score so low. I've never seen it under 2, but I've never seen it at 2 either. So you could do Bayern Munich and both teams to score at 2 or over 4.5 goals at 2 as well. But in theory, over 4.5 goals where Bayern Munich don't win with both teams scoring, what's that, a 3-3 draw, or Gladbach to win and over 4.5 goals, like, it's not going to happen. So I think Bayern Munich and both teams to score is probably the safer shout of the two. So I'll probably change it to that, given that it's the same odds. So Bayern Munich and both teams to score at 2. After this is Bayer Leverkusen up against Dortmund. Leverkusen have got Champions League football. They can't win the league. Dortmund are therefore favourites. And you know, I'm going to go for it. I originally had a 2-2 draw here, but I'm going to change it to a 2-1 win to Borussia Dortmund. The tip is going to stay the same, however. It's going to be both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.66. But this matters more to Dortmund. They're getting some really good results. 4-0 against Wolfsburg, beating Hoffenheim from behind, beating Gladbach from behind, I'm pretty sure. Leverkusen winning a lot of their games, unbeaten, but I'll just go for Dortmund here, just because there's more to play for them. They need to secure Champions League. Leverkusen already have. After this is Eintracht Frankfurt up against St. Pauli. I mean, Frankfurt, they are pretty much, well, they're going to get Champions League football, but this would absolutely secure it. Brilliant season for them. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. St. Pauli, they aren't going to get relegated. Let's just be real here. I mean, they could get dragged down if Heidenheim win both games, but I don't see that happening either. So I'm going to go Frankfurt to win at 1.53. And then the final game is Stuttgart up against Augsburg. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Stuttgart. Both teams mid-table mediocrity. Is there a chance for Stuttgart to get Conference League? No, I don't think so. I mean, in theory, there is, I guess. But yeah, I think they're going to win. Maybe go both teams to score. But Augsburg, not in great recent form. This one here really was the nail in the coffin. You really thought Augsburg, I really thought they could have got a win there, got something from that game, but I'm going to go for Stuttgart to win. So there we go. We've got all teams but St. Pauli scoring. If you're feeling brave, you could always do both teams to score in all of the games. That would always bring lots of odds. But nevertheless, that is going to do it for the Bundesliga predictions. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like, subscribe, and if you want to get knowledge on my Champions League tips, exclusive ACCAs, everything like that, we've got cup competitions over in South America. If you want to know my thoughts on those, you can join the Patreon using the link in the description. But that is going to do it from me. Tomorrow is Serie A and La Liga, 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. So I will see you in those videos very soon.